Hello students, welcome in the new point, that is October Revolution. The Revolution of October 1917. In the earlier video, we have studied about what clashes emerged in the Russia in between Bolshevik and provisional government. Now, in this part, we are going to see what further actions were taken by the provisional government and as well as by the Bolshevik groups and how the Bolsheviks became success to overthrow the provisional government. That answers we are going to see in this part. Conflict between the provisional government and Bolsheviks grew. In September, Lenin began discussions for a uprising against the government. Lenin gathered the support from the different stratas and started to discussion about how to overthrow this government and in which way the uprising should be made. The Bolshevik supporters in army to whom he collected the Bolshevik supporters in army, Soviets and factories, those who were supporting to the Bolsheviks, to all them he brought together. He made his own group to overthrow the provisional government. These all the attempts were overthrown to the provisional government. On 16 October 1917, Lenin persuaded the Petrograd Soviet and Bolshevik Party to agree to a socialist Caesar in the power. He made agree to the all. It is needing to seize, conquer the government, the power. Socialist Caesar of the power. For it, they had made a military revolutionary committee. The military revolutionary committee was made by them to seize the power in Russia, appointed by the Soviets to organize the Caesar. The military revolutionary committee was appointed by Soviets. The intention was to forming the committee to seize, to conquer, to overthrow the provisional government. The date of the event was kept secret, but the date was not declared, not made public. The uprising began on 24th October. What they discussed, what they planned, it was on the 24th October. The uprising began on the 24th October. Prime Minister Kerensky led the city to summon troops. The troops were called in the city, Petrograd, to suppress the Bolshevik leaders, Bolshevik activities. At dawn, military men loyal to the government seized the building of two Bolshevik newspapers. In the early morning, military men loyal to the government seized the buildings of two Bolshevik newspapers. There were two groups in the military. One was loyal to the government. So those who were loyal to the government seized two buildings from where the newspapers were published, which were belongs to the Bolsheviks. Another action taken by the provisional government, the troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices to protect the Winter Palace. In response, another group, those who were supporting to the Bolshevik, in response, Military Revolutionary Committee ordered to seize government offices and arrest ministers. In this way, these both groups in which the military officers were involved, but both were trying to support the different two groups. One was trying to protect the government, one was trying to overthrow the government. To overthrow the government, the Revolutionary Committee was done. Late in the day, the ship Aurora sailed to the Winter Palace. The Aurora, this is the name of ship. The Aurora ship sailed to Winter Palace. Other ship took over strategic point. Other ships also sent where the strategic points were there. By night, the city had been taken over and ministers had surrendered to the Military Revolutionary Committee. The domination became more and more strong of the Military Revolutionary Committee. All Russian Congress of the Soviet in Petrograd approved the Bolsheviks' actions. In this way, Bolsheviks came in action and overthrew the provisional government. Uprising took place in other cities also, not only Petrograd but others in other cities also. This kind of uprising taken place. There was heavy fighting, especially in Moscow. Heavy fighting in Moscow. By December, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow-Petrograd area. By the end of December 1917, Bolsheviks came in a force. The people involved were Lenin, the Bolsheviks, and different groups. And these people changed the government. This is the Aurora ship which was sent to seize the power of the Winter Palace. This is picture of Winter Palace. Official residence of the Russian authority. St. Petersburg Church. These two authorities leaders were against of each other. Lenin, the Bolshevik leader, and Minister Kerensky, who was leader of the provisional government. The year 1917 was very bad for the Russia because there were 3 times changes taken place in the authorities. First time in the March, the abdication of the Tsar, then coming of the provisional government. This provisional government overthrew by the Lenin. So these 3 times changes taken place. This was disturbed the period in the Russia. After the October Revolution, what happened in Russia? That we will see in the next video. Till here, I hope you are understanding what we are discussing through these different videos. In the next video, what changed after October, how Lenin led, how Lenin worked in the Russia, how Russians supported to the Lenin or again went against to the Lenin. All these questions answers we will see in the next video.